Fuck.
Okay, today's quote is, find a path but never be scared to jump. The reason it says unknown on the bottom is because I saw this quote somewhere, but I did alter it a little bit. The reason I like this quote is because if you are lost in life and you don't know what to do, just do anything. If something interests you, even the tiniest bit, just go and try it out. But don't expect it to be the final outcome of your life. Because if it doesn't work out, you'll have that negative experience of trying something and then failing. Rather than viewing it as a failing, look at it as you're crossing something off a list that you know isn't for you. Never be afraid to try something new. Never be afraid to just completely drop whatever you're doing and move on to the next thing. Because the only way that we can grow and expand as humans with our brains, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, is by just trying new things and just learning. Just do anything. Now moving on to the main part of the video. Every supplement I take and why I take it. First up on the list, we have creatine. The reason I take this supplement is for sports performance, increasing my power and explosiveness. This is super important considering I do MMA, so I want to get the most out of my training and be the best version of myself. And honestly, this is one of the most researched supplements in the whole sports space. So if you aren't taking creatine and you struggle with those things or want to have a little bit of an edge on your competitors, take a look into creatine. I couldn't recommend it enough. You will experience a little bit of weight gain, but don't worry about that. That's literally just your body taking more water into your muscles. Next up is glutamine. I personally take glutamine for stomach digestion. Next up is pre-workout. This is a brand new pre-workout, still sealed. I'm gonna try this out on Sunday. I'm gonna do a little review on this one. This is the ABE all black everything. So it's gonna be interesting. I'll let you guys know how it is. The reason I take a pre-workout is on the days where I don't have an extreme amount of energy, even though most days I have energy. Some days I don't have enough energy to optimize my performance. So having a little bit of caffeine in me, as well as the other pump products, just really helps me get the most out of my workouts. The next on the list is nicotine gum. I literally picked this up like half an hour ago and I just popped it in my mouth. The reason I started taking this is because one of my good friends from MMA, Sam, if you're watching this, legend, put me on. I feel extremely focused and dialed if taken responsibly and not too frequently. So you want to be careful, not banging 4 every day and just thinking it's going to give you the same effect, because the more you take it, the more you're gonna need to get the same effects. Omega-3 fish oil. I take this for brain and joint health. So it can help with brain function and it helps like lubricate your joints. So that's why I take it. You can also get this from your diet. So if you eat a lot of like oily fish like salmon, then you'll get plenty of this. But I don't eat that much because it's too expensive. And this is a relatively cheap supplement. This is one of my favorites that I found so far, ashwagandha. Since taking this, I have found my stress, my anxiety has just decreased. I take this and the voices in my head, that sounds a bit crazy. The thoughts in my head slow down a lot, calm down a lot. I can control them a lot easier. They do not rule my life anymore. There's also research to suggest that this can increase your testosterone levels. I am getting a testosterone blood test delivered very shortly, which will be making another video to be seeing what my natural testosterone levels are, seeing if I do need some sort of cycle, you know. It's tempting to crash my levels on purpose, but I would never do that. If I just go sleep deprived and starve myself for a few days, my test will crash and they'll put me on cycle. That is not true. Do not do that. That's a silly idea. Moving on. ZMA, or zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6. I take this before bed. I find that it helps me get into a deeper sleep. The only thing that I'd say with this is that if you struggle to get out of bed, this does make it a lot harder because you are so much more relaxed. But getting to sleep, feeling more relaxed, this is amazing. Vitamin D3. I use it to battle seasonal depression. In the winter, there is obviously less sun, so you are more inclined to get a low mood, and this basically just gives you that kick that the sun would give you. Not as effectively, arguably, although it is the next best thing. It can also help with your immune health, considering the times we're living in now, it is probably a supplement that you should do some research into. Vitamin B complex. Vitamin B3, vitamin B5, vitamin B6, vitamin B1, vitamin B2, vitamin B9, vitamin B7, vitamin B12, and it's got vitamin C. I take this to help reduce tiredness and fatigue. It also suggests that it can help with immune health. So again, a lot of the supplements I do take are to help with immune health because I'm very conscious about my health. I don't want to get ill, because if I get ill then my training has to stop, and training is extremely important to me right now. Last but not least, we have an iron supplement. This helps with red blood cell production. I take this because recently, due to the fighting stuff, I've become extremely cardio conscious, and red blood cells obviously carry oxygen, so that is something that's extremely important to me. I also don't get much of this in my diet, along with everything else I take. I only take it because I don't get it within my diet. All of these supplements are pretty cheap, apart from ashwagandha. That is probably the most expensive supplement that I have. Definitely to consider some of them if you struggle with any of the things that I've talked about. That is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you tomorrow.